Well, I'm just giving this closure about women's bodies and women's rights, um, just because I don't know, I'm a woman and I should have rights to my fucking body. And I was doing some research as well as I just watched a video about not 5G technology or cell tower infrastructure, but 6G technology, cell phone infrastructure. And basically, where 6G technology, or I mean 5G, apparently wasn't enough to penetrate the cell, even though there is research that it does penetrate the cell, or I should say, it disrupts the calcium channels within the cell, which regulates the flux of water and nutrients into the cell. So essentially, if you have a cell, let's say it's like a little circly blob, there's little calcium channels on the perimeter that kind of like they regulate. They partially regulate the sodium and the potassium. The sodium and potassium acts like pumps, and then the calcium channels make the little channels in the cell for those pumps to actually be structured. And then obviously it directs the calcium nutrients into the cell and where it goes. And whenever you're surrounded by any sort of new technology or Wi-Fi or cell signal, it disrupts that, which means it disrupts your your hydrating or your hydration levels, your water levels, what intakes the cell. There's a lot, and it could even go into osteoporosis and stuff like that, not getting enough calcium, too much calcium, blah 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 blah. Kidney stones, that's a big one with calcium, and the or the imbalance and the dysregulation or the no regulation with it, just completely just. Anyways, even a deeper aspect to it with the 6G technology, because they want to roll that out too. And this will go into women's rights and women's rights for their own fucking bodies and why they are not fertile, or why the infertility rates are just going to just completely, they're like, we're literally erasing the human species because we're erasing women's eggs by not respecting the female body, and just be like, yeah, we're going to give all of our energy as human beings, all of our brain power to roll out this massive infrastructure of just technology. And, we don't need women. We just need robots to satisfy our dicks and wherever the spermy cells can go. Sperm cells, literally, it's basically just a bunch of, they said, I looked it up and it was like citric acid. I was like, citric acid is actually artificially meat. And then I looked it up more and it was like ascorbic acid. So there's a difference, you see, because they're both indicating vitamin C. Citric acid is a man-made, where it's art like it's grown, it's made in a lab. So it's like it's taking the residues of a orange that has vitamin C, and then it's like growing it in a lab and then taking um the mold spores from it and then deducing it down into a powder of vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is just, it's basically the same thing as vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is organic, where citric acid is, it's man-made, or it's not modified in any way. Or ascorbic acid is not, it's like, if there is any sort of modification, it's in a natural way. Whereas like if you were to like um it's kind of like instead of adding chemicals, you're just kind of playing with the same like plants of nature, if that makes sense. You're not pulling any resources from it, you're not stripping of any nutrients. It's like a natural process, whereas citric acid is just, it's man-made vitamin C. And then there's other salts and like other like there's a little bit of genetic material in sperm or whatever, and that renews itself literally every month. Great for guys, yay! Oh, blah blah blah. Where females, we are born with only like we are born with all the eggs throughout our lifetime, and originally we lose our eggs. We lose like 90% of our eggs by the age of 30. Like, this blew my mind. I was like, wow, so this makes a lot of sense with where I'm at in my life. I never plan on having children because I don't want to like expose a being that I create and that I love because I love myself, and I would love things that if I were to create a human being, I'd rather I'd rather not have children and expose them through this hell, disgusting, incompetent world. I'd rather use that energy to change the world first, and then think about having children. Where no, most of the time it's the other way around. We're like, oops, I guess I had children, and they don't think about it. Some people do. There's a rare case where they can actually provide for the child and see the child for who they actually are as an individual soul on a beautiful living planet that we're actually massacring day by day by day, doing the stupidest fucking shit, paying to be alive in this massive universe. No, we want to actually enslave our fellow brothers and sisters. We want to use and abuse children and the next generations and the next generations. We want to literally create technology that is so incompatible to how humans naturally function, so that we are actually literally massacring now. I mean, it's playing out overseas, but it's here in the US or on certain parts of the planet and different continents. It's going to take out more psychological and physical, emotional, more subconscious, subtle way of actually I want to say slowly, but it's actually rapidly killing us, especially women at most. Fertility rates are gonna there are gonna be no women are going to be fertile, and if they are fertile, they're gonna be so intelligent that they'll be like, I don't want to have children and expose them to this fucking hell, this imprisonment that humans have made society and the world to be. Because women, they lose 90% of their eggs by the age of 30, and then on top of that, we are expected to do all of this shit in society, and then also try and regulate our hormones where it's not even society is regulated towards balancing the male hormones, which is testosterone and dopamine. It's dopamine driven. Dopamine regulates the male hormones, which is good for, it's good for drive, it's good for survival, cortisol, yay. But for females, it's absolutely terrible. Extra stress and cortisol is terrible for the human body. And what regulates our hormones, which is oxytocin, and also the hormone for love and connection and actual harmony in society, it goes completely against that. And then on top of that, we have now 6G technology, which actually mimics or almost penetrates the mind, the blood-brain barrier. And it actually it's almost on the level where it can read your thoughts, where it's like, if like you think a thought, or you think about like Facebook, or you think about like, oh, I think I'm gonna buy this, and then all of a sudden the ad pops up. That's literally the technology or the Wi-Fi reading your brain waves, and then like the algorithm's gonna be like, oh yeah, you want this. So it's actually like the technology or AI, even though it's not robotic like yet, where there's robots literally running, but the AI is literally trying to use female bodies to try and replicate or mimic its own intelligence, which is artificial. Tell me how the fuck that was like designed. It was designed by dumbass fucking males. Like, no women, no woman in their right fucking mind designed or created this. It's literally the most disgusting, toxic, retarded, degrading de-evolution of human species, and it was designed, created, and then it's continued to be promoted by the majority males, men. And they're not true men. True men don't do this. They don't. They're just these little boys in male bodies thinking that they're correct when they are literally the complete opposite. And all of you people allow it. So I'm sorry, but you have. If you had a child, like, why did you have a child? You just were like, oh, I guess I have a child. Like, you didn't fucking care. You didn't think about it. You didn't consider them. That's my download. That's my download for you fucking people. I was thinking, I was like, I love life. I love Mother Nature. I love being aware and alive on this beautiful planet. We only have one life that we know of. We're only here in the now, and I'm like, maybe I should freeze my eggs. Just just because I want people to I want to extend my awareness. I want to extend life in the most beautiful, creative way, loving way. And I don't want my eggs to be I don't want to like be influenced by I don't want to I don't want to be influenced to get pregnant so that I am subservient to this fucking artificial agenda and to these idiot fucking people, majority males or dumb patriarchy, who are like, yeah, let's pump up the fucking $1 trillion of debt. Yeah, follow me. Follow me. Follow me, Donald Trump. Follow me, Biden. I just pardoned my crackhead son. Follow us Americans who voted for this entire system and don't do anything. Yeah, we're Americans. No, you're fucking not. You're not human beings either if you're fucking doing this dumb shit. You're not doing anything. You're just fucking doing nothing. Spineless cowards. It gets me so angry because I would like to have children someday, but I won't because this dumb shit is going on, and women don't really have any rights to their bodies. It was never designed that way. So fuck you. Fuck all of you for that. And Godspeed to those who are trying to correct it.